everyone, it's Cassidy. So in this video, I decided to do a Braces 101 Part 2 because I got a lot of comments asking a lot more questions, and I also gotta say, after I edited the first video, I realized I had to take a lot of clips out just so the video wouldn't be too long. I didn't realize how long I actually filmed. But I decided to make another part 2 just in case anybody else wants to know more and to answer some of your questions. So yeah, let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing I wanted to talk about in this video is appliances. So I gotta say, I haven't experienced all the appliances. I don't know what an expander feels like, although I almost had to get that. And I don't know what a spacer feels like. So I don't think I'm going to get anything else in the future. I don't know yet, but I haven't experienced much. The only thing I have experienced are these little elastic things that connect to the top and bottom of your teeth. I don't know if you'd call that an appliance, because I don't know, but it's real. These things are awesome. Like, I didn't realize how much they could do for your teeth. So I'll insert a little clip here for you to see exactly what they look like. But if you don't know what they actually do for people's teeth, they help people who have a bite issue. So if they have an overbite or an underbite, then they will most likely get these. But for me, I had, I guess you'd say, an open bite, because if you look in past photos of me, or mostly you probably even see it in some of my older videos, but it might have looked like I had my mouth open, but actually I had it closed, but my teeth didn't come together in the front, so it kind of looked like my mouth was open, but in reality it was closed. My teeth just didn't touch. But these helped so much, and it happened so fast. I didn't realize how fast it was gonna happen. I thought it was gonna be a pretty slow process, but this kind of surprised me. But yeah, these definitely help, but I do recommend that you wear them all the time. I know from experience in the beginning they will feel sore. For me it was bearable. I thought getting my braces tightened felt worse than wearing these, but try to wear them even if they feel sore, because the more you wear them, the more you'll get used to them. So definitely try to push through it. I know it's something you can control, because people can take them out. You could take them out, but you really want to try to keep them in, even though it's tempting to take them out if they feel sore, because unlike braces, you could take them out. Braces you can't exactly take out that easily. But yeah, so you do have to take them out sometimes. You have to take them out when you brush your teeth and when you eat, but try to remember to put them back in. In the beginning, it was kind of hard for me to remember to put them back in after I ate or something, not because I didn't want to wear them, but because I just forgot. But I've now gotten into the mode of putting them on and off, and now I'll probably get them off now that I've finally gotten used to remembering. But for me, it was very easy to get used to the feeling of them. They weren't sore for that long, because I tried my best to keep them in instead of taking them out all the time. But yeah, just try your best to keep it in as long as you can. But yeah, so they're not really that bad. They're actually amazing for what they do. I was just so surprised at how much they actually do for your teeth, because they're just little rubber bands, but they do a lot. So unfortunately, that's all I can really say about appliances. I haven't really experienced anything else. But yeah, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is kind of along the lines of hygiene, and also if something breaks in your braces, which can happen. They're not always invincible, but yeah, so don't worry if you break something. It's not that big of a deal, but you do want to get it fixed as soon as possible. So for me, I broke a bracket 2 times. The first time, well, let me go back a little bit. So they tell you what not to eat with braces, and I get that. It is important to be careful with what you eat. But for me, I don't exactly not eat everything they tell me not to. I'm sorry for any dentists or orthodontists that might possibly be watching this video. I don't know, but I still eat some things. So I eat popcorn, I eat sticky foods, but for sticky foods I suck on them, and for popcorn, if there's a kernel that I find in my mouth, I spit it right out. I don't like try to crunch on it or anything. So I try to be self-conscious of how I eat what I put in my mouth. The only thing I kind of restrict myself from eating is caramel-y stuff. I don't really eat that unless it's like very little caramel. I'll eat it. But yeah, that's the only thing I don't let myself. The only thing I do let myself not eat, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I still eat the stuff you're not supposed to, but I think that it doesn't matter what you eat, it matters how you eat it and how careful you are. Because with popcorn, kernels can get stuck, and little like chunky kernels you don't want to chomp on because they're really, really hard. So if you get that in your mouth, spit it right out because it's not really good for your braces at all. But going back to like my brackets breaking, I didn't actually break my brackets on any of the stuff they say not to eat. I actually, the first time I broke it on a Cheerio. Yeah, one morning I was eating breakfast and I just was eating cereal and it just popped off. For me, it didn't feel that bad. It didn't hurt. You just felt a big pop and you knew that something was off in your mouth. You just kind of know the feeling. It's kind of hard to explain, but I definitely knew something was up. So I looked and yep, I broke a bracket. But that was a couple years ago, I think. But the second one was quite recent and I had no idea I broke it. It sounds crazy, but it's true. So a couple days before my orthodontist appointment, I noticed on this side, I think, two brackets were extremely close together and one of them wasn't centered on my tooth. So I was like, that's really weird. I don't remember the past appointment my teeth looking like this. So I was kind of suspicious about like what's going on. So luckily I had an appointment like a couple days after that, and when I went, the lady says, "Oh, you broke a bracket," and I'm like, I did? So I had no idea. I didn't know what she was talking about because I wasn't actually thinking about those two brackets. The two brackets looked like they were still stuck on there just in a weird way that I didn't notice before. But so she gives me a mirror and she points out where it is, and I still don't understand what she's pointing out, and I'm like, I still don't see it. And she's like, see the bracket that's connected to the other bracket? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what happened. So yeah, the bracket that wasn't centered on the tooth was not connected to any tooth at all. It was just hanging there and it was off of my tooth and I had no idea. It was just hanging on with the other bracket in my braces and I had no idea. So yeah, they had to fix that, but luckily I had an appointment really close by. I think both of those incidents I had an appointment close by, but if you don't try to get an appointment or figure something out with your orthodontist or whatever to try to get it fixed as soon as possible, because you don't really want any of those issues staying for too long because it kind of slows down the process. But yeah, so the second time I had no idea. So if you do see something that you're not quite sure of, I would check and see what exactly it is, because there could be something that broke or got shifted or something that shouldn't be there. So definitely check it out if you find something wrong. I got lucky and I had an appointment nearby, but yeah, so just be careful with eating stuff and you should be fine. So just the hard stuff and everything, they just don't want the brackets breaking off. And my first bracket that broke by the Cheerios might have broke because of just over time, just eating and wearing it out, and it might have just gotten loose and popped off. But yeah, so just be careful when eating stuff, even popcorn and stuff. I just don't recommend eating popcorn if you just eat stuff and not really pay attention to how you're eating it, I guess. Just be careful, and yeah, I'm not saying eat all the bad stuff just because they tell you not to. I'm just saying it's my personal choice to eat it, and I just know how to eat the stuff in a good way. But yeah, just be careful when eating anything, really. So yeah. Another question I got was about my metal rings that are around my molars back here. I might show a little clip of my teeth back here of what exactly I'm talking about, but someone asked me if it hurt getting them in or anything, and for me, I don't really remember it hurting that much. I'm pretty sure I would remember something hurting, because if you saw my past video, I mentioned how low of a pain tolerance I have. But yeah, so I don't remember anything back here hurting that much. Just all of my teeth were just sore afterwards. I wasn't even really paying attention to what was sore because I was kind of stressed out a little, but yeah, so I don't remember the rings back here hurting or when they were putting them around my molars, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. And if it is sore, I'm sorry. It's hard for me to remember exactly specific things that were sore because it was about 4 years ago, so I'm trying to remember it, but I think I would remember it, so I don't think it was that big of a deal. It wasn't really that sore, so you should be good. You'll get through it. And that is it for this video. I really hope y'all liked it. If you didn't, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and please feel free to comment down below any other questions you have about braces that I might have not mentioned. But if you haven't seen my first Braces 101 video, I might have answered your question there, so I'll have it linked in the little eye up here and in the description box below for you to check out if you haven't already. That kind of goes over the whole process and even getting your braces off. You'll see how I know about getting your braces off in the video. I kind of show an explanation. So yeah, I really hope I did answer any other questions that you might have had that I didn't mention in the other video. But if you still have other questions, again, just leave it down there and I'll be sure to answer it. I love answering to all of your comments. It just means the world to me, and I love seeing people commenting on me and Amy's videos because it's just awesome just to talk to all of you. This is what we're basically doing it for, to connect with you guys and to also connect with Amy. We love each other so much, and it's awesome that we get to do this channel together. So yeah, so don't forget to check out Amy's video. She did an awesome April favorites video. She mentioned some awesome TV shows and awesome products that you should definitely check out, so I'll have it linked down there as well in the description box, and also in the eye up here, which you can click on as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you later. Does it look like, wait, does this look like the back of my head? Does it look like I'm turned around? I don't know, could you see my face? Wait, hold on, wait. There we go. It kind of looks like, does it look like I'm turned around? I guess it does. But then,